a city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. Red and blue, purple like
he's in control.
I would say to the family in this age of the entrepreneur, let's be self-made.
I can do business with you, right?
Feudal law, they are holding your land.
The internet is the great equalizer.
Master's talking to a master, not a master talking to a slave, a sovereign.
The Americas and all things inside of the land, the resources.
Remember, Rise of Zimmerman. Why you say that? Because when he makes his appearance, guess what he's gonna be?
License you, my materials. You don't own my materials anymore.
In his bag. He's the one who set it off with Trayvon.
But I'm gonna take the big chunk over here to the homie.
It's all related.
That's why I have no issue with people calling him a master mason. You damn right.
You gotta go, you gotta see the Black Messiah.
He's the master of his catalog. He's the master of his words.
The fear of a Black Messiah, it's all related.
He's a master of his archive. You feel me? He's the master of the ceremony. Right?
The water, the oil, the gold, the silver, the gemstones. You think of it, all of these things are being excheated by your guardian or your parent. And they will not give it back to it until your ass stands up. And I didn't say we wasn't talking no stick talk, no gun talk.
Very few artists have been able to achieve this, but the ones that have, we've seen a demise.
We're talking about you better stand up in your mind first.
I'm on 100%. 100. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple the Benz. Change up the circle of friends. The Netheroo circle the twins. 75 ever since. 70 wives in the Benz. Red and blue, purple like Prince.
We're talking about you better stand up in your mind first.
It's your boy Knowledge of God, Key of Life Productions, Hip Hop is Real. We here in the building, you already know, in the BX with yours truly. One of the twin pillars, Red in the building. Red, what's going on, man? 2017.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know, we here. 2017, the 1 year, you know, fiscally 2017, but we'll take that. And we in the building, you know, we did something with the gods. Was it 2017 then?
Nah. It was just coming in to the new year, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, something happened to that classic episode that we filmed. But, you know, hopefully that'll be salvaged one day. But yeah, we here, bro. We out here at the Bronx Zoo. You know, this is a neighborhood that I currently am living in. So I felt it was only right that we stand here in front of the Bronx Zoo. I'm gonna let you know one thing. Where I lived at prior to this, they had a jail, a prison for that matter, not a detention center, a prison for juveniles, right on the corner. Facts? You seen it before? I did a video with Baba, and we showed the jail. They got the shit is so ill. They got it set up where if you go into the Bronx on the 2 train, anybody, the minute you leave Manhattan and you go into the Bronx, the first thing you see coming out of the tunnel on the L, on the overhead rail, is into this juvenile jail. You could look through their bars, through the windows, and see some of the youth that are when they were awake. And then you can see an open yard and everything. And then across the street is a high school to remind our children in a residential neighborhood and everything. There's a Burger King next to it. They're reminding our children about that prisoner pipeline right there, because you can hear the children back and forth sometimes. So I spent like 2 years in that area, you know, surrounded by what people may call the dregs of society. You know what I mean? Walking dead, zombies, people that are not only on crack but pills, Xannies, you know what I mean? All of these things. But it was almost like my interpretation of being in the underworld. Okay, almost for those that are biblical out there, my biblical people, or my people that are even into mythology or biblical lore, they talk about Jesus being amongst the killers, you know what I'm saying, being amongst the dregs of society, being amongst the all of these things. And that's where I found myself. And it was a testament to the fact that you could be in the underworld and not be, you could be in it and not of it, and you can draw from that raw energy of being in that underworld, because that's where things begin to start. And that's what 2016 and even 15 represented, because if it wasn't, if not anything, that was a year where the gates of the underworld opened up a little more wider, and that there was a dark energy, okay, and that there was a very dark energy, a very unseen dark energy or malefic energy that was at work on this planet during that calendar year. And just being in that environment, drawing from that dark energy, like they said in Doctor Strange with the Ancient One, she was doing what? She was tapping into the dark side. And like I say on Brother Rich's channel, Black Magic 363, the Underground Railroad, Black Magic Matters. Even that's begin to resurface as of lately. They say, speak it into existence and it shall be. So who uttered the words? None other than a fellow Scorpion, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. He said it on his video, Black Magic, and you are Black Diamonds. You understand what I'm saying? That's how this is how this thing works, called consciousness, called, you know what I mean, the stream of consciousness, meaning that you can stream it. It's streaming, it's live streaming, it's for the world to see. So 2016, there was a stream of consciousness. It ended with the stream of consciousness going around the globe.
Red Pill,
Facts, yeah.
I gotta ask you this, man, because you saying that, I think we did the interview. I asked you about, yo, what's going on with all these rappers, you know, wearing the ox and all that. And then now, like, you even see everyone really, like, opening their mouth, speaking out loud. Everybody kind of trying to give a little hint, like, yo, something's wrong or something like that. And even T.I., like, you know what I'm saying? I really listened to that blog he did, or just him speaking on Instagram, where he was just talking about calling out a lot of dudes. Like, really, like, yo, look at these dudes walking up in the house. And he sounded official, like, genuine, like, yo, he was listening to some of the real shit that's being said, like, you know what I mean?
Some of that cloth.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
talk about it.
Because I'm hearing him, I'm like, oh nah, he's on point, like, he's on message. So, like, he's on code.
Yeah,
like,
about a year ago, everybody like, yo, he looked like T.I. Now T.I. sounds like him and looks like him. Okay, that's called, once again, that's how this cloth works. We're talking about T.I., trap rapper. Have you heard the album
Got Caught Up With the Guns?
Them? Yeah, have you heard the, when did that happen and where did that happen? So here it is. Niggas is like, yo, Red, you know what I mean? You know, it was said before. Now, he's on the wave. It's called a wave. I'm not, oh yeah, I'm trap rapping on Scorpion King, but this is remember, we're talking about the Matrix. And when we talk about the Matrix, we're talking about architects of the Matrix. When we came on these channels and when we identify architects of a Matrix, we don't call for people's murder. We don't speak like that. We ain't all erratic where we're like, oh, we got to drag them out. Because if you ain't dragging out these Peckerwoods, or if you're not dragging out these Neanderthals, or if you're not dragging a doctor out of the hospital to diagnose mommy and auntie and grandma and them with cancer when they didn't have it, and then put them in all kind of malpractice, if you're not bugging on them, don't fuck with our, you know, there should be laws, there should be penalties, because keep in mind, value system, reward system, penalty system, the three systems that are required for community to even exist. But we'll get back to that. So we said we're identifying architects of the spell that our people are under, people who help write the code. We showed you that Puff Daddy helped write the code of what is known as the All About the Benjamins, everything that Puffy and them and Bad Boy, you can't name the artist. Go straight to the managerial. That's the architect. That's who writes the code. Even though there's other hands that are responsible, like in the Matrix, you had the architect who answered to the Matrix, who answered to the machine. So yeah, we identify who the machine is, but we also gotta always point out the architect and walk in the room as Neo and talk to the architect. And you're able to do that through these lenses, through these cameras, through cyberspace, through the Matrix. So when you get that ether, make sure the soul burns slow. But listen, identify the architects. Who is T.I. the architect of? The trap rappers. He's the king of the South. You gotta go back. You have to be able to place people into the titles that they name themselves, because in this there's a pantheon inside of hip-hop, which can be seen as a divination system, depending if you're looking at it through the lens of somebody who's spiritual. If you were Jesus Christ, loving, neck bone eating, no offense to your neck bones, but if that's where you're at in your evolution or in your path of enlightenment or in the grades or the levels of your shit, the levels of your consciousness, then you don't know what's being said. I'm Charlie Brown. My shit is nano Mork and Mindy right now. But if you understand what's being said, if you're not the profane, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So he is the progenitor of what is known as the genre of trap rap. Trap rap has degenerated or devolved into what is known as mumble rap, depending on who's looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Some people may say that it evolved, but he is the progenitor of all of the dope boy shit. He was the one to put lyrics to the concept and the idea of everybody in the South being a fucking drug dealer. And not owning anything, you understand, not really buying back the block, not owning much, but claiming to move weight and move drugs and sell drugs to your own. Or maybe, you know, hillbillies and shit like that in trailer parks, you know, and you're part of the resistance. You know what I'm saying? But that's T.I. So T.I. has #woke. You don't need to speculate. You don't need to judge. You don't need to ask any fucking questions. Yes, that has happened. It could have been any one of the rappers. It's Tip Harris. All right? So he's going in his bag. And he has decided that he wanted to change his frequency, and he wanted to change his message, and he wanted to put his artistic flair into his message, and that was profound. That's unprecedented, and nobody applauded that, and he did not have a reward system, and he doesn't even have a value system that will give him value for his sacrifice for just doing that. He's a fucking artist. But remember, he's Cosby. You niggas are so unforgiving. You want to put him on the cross, but he was Cosby with his kids. You ain't have a problem then. Okay, you had exonerated him already. So now he's on his Kaepernick. He's not pledging allegiance. He's on his red pill. Okay? He's going in his bag, and people don't even want to accept that. So by him waking up, that's the great divine speaks to signs. Like I said, if they're taking the architects and flipping them, Puff Daddy is the architect for the materialism over spirituality. Okay, for that whole Roman culture with the cross, who took over when Tupac and all that, when they moved Tupac out of the way, because Tupac was bringing in that alpha or that serious B energy, where he was like that dog star energy. He was like, nigga, I'm taking this whole shit. Fuck is you talking about? You niggas is not gonna buck dance. You niggas is not gonna do everything that Puffy said in the video that the game is looking like right now. That's what Pac fought against. Illuminati, Kill Illuminati, 7-Day Theory, the child of a Feeney from the Panther 21. Come on. I mean, talk to me. He had lineage. Tupac Amaru Shakur, the flaming serpent. All right? So he came, he had street consciousness, black consciousness, Panther consciousness, black nationalism, RBG consciousness, black messiah consciousness, messianic force. And if Biggie and him did not fall out, and Biggie was like using his skills and that energy from being one of Bed-Stuy's finest, a griot, Christopher Wallace, he would have woken up his people to be street conscious, as he had it in him. All right, if you listen to Everyday Struggle and some other things. Like his potential was crazy. So what if him and Pac got together on some black militancy, black Illuminati back then, and then linked with Wu-Tang and Nas? That's called Voltron.
Yeah,
so they couldn't allow that to happen, and you had the feds watching him psychologically and analyzing his growth as a messiah, and scientifically saying to themselves, at what point will his potential reach? Why do you think he got murdered on September the 13th, immediately around the time when that album Illuminati Machiavelli was fin to drop? That was his, come on, that was an opus. Come on, B. Come on, B. He went in on that. That was a perfect merger of street consciousness. Remember, there's 5 pillars to hip hop. The fact that we restored the 5th pillar, where's our fucking credit? I'm not asking for nobody's handshakes and pats on the backs. I don't need flattery. I'm actually beginning to get a little offended by it. What I do need is for everybody to leave a tip at the table after we set it and gave you niggas meals, and changed the course of black history by restoring the broken pillar of what is called the 5th pillar of hip-hop, my nigga. And that's consciousness, and it's culture, and that's what consciousness is. That's what Red Pill is. That's what Blue Pill is. That's what Know the Ledge is. That's what Momma Pill is. That's what Dr. Sabi is. Okay? That's what Brother Rich is. That's what Sonetta is. Alright? That's what all of the teachers are. Okay? Even if they don't want to identify, even if they're having identity crisis. Alright? That's what it is. You're part of something that is greater than you. Okay? It's greater than you. And you will be humbled by the force if the force is not with you. So, no, the rappers, now that it has been restored, you saw at the end of 2016, an election year, like I said in previous videos, where there was an election on all parts, not just Donald and Hillary. Everybody was campaigning. There was an election and there was an electrocution. Motherfuckers fried themselves and got fried. That's what happened. You've seen all kind of shifts in power taking place everywhere. So now we're in a reality where niggas are conforming to the matrix that they find themselves in that has upgraded. And you have a group of people, a pantheon of gods and goddesses who have returned in this precarious day and time. Because remember, we live in a 2012-2020 cycle, nigga. We're not just here haphazardly reincarnated, you know what I'm saying, during some you know, like there's really no decade that I could just throw out there that was insignificant, but this is the 2012-2020 cycle.
Yeah, we here now.
We here now, my Negro.
This shit is real.
So it's about the now. Who the fuck is focused on the past? It don't exist. It's forward forever, backwards never. That's just a part of the documentary.
That's what's so real. Yep.
That shit written in stone. There's nothing that you can do about it. So it is what it is. We move forward. We focusing on, we got to give niggas permission to think like they in the future. We actually got to take these cameras and go to places in the world where they're living in the future with their technology, with their way of life, and bring it back and show our own people, yo, we giving you permission to catch up. It's okay. It's all right to think ahead of what this white man is telling you can think ahead as. He's putting you strategically in the 60s, in the 50s, in the 40s, and all kind of other places while he's focusing on going to Mars. He's showing you him all in the future. He's showing you him marching on some Trump shit to take over as a white new world order of white nationalism, not just in America, because you getting Trump in his early stages. Okay? You getting him in his early stages. Talk about the Trump that won't leave office as a dictator. The one who says, nah, fuck that. We just got the army, everybody on deck, We got all of our legions of all of our shooters and all of our troopers and all of our red shirts and all of these other people. And you know what? John Lewis and the rest of you niggas who came up to my office and kissed my ring, and you niggas showed me that everybody's sweet, and I never sat down with one politician. I never sat down with one of your business leaders. I never sat down with one of your, you know what I mean? Even if you got, I've never even tried to reach out to Farrakhan. I never sat down with anybody. I ain't promised you nothing. The only thing that I promised you was to make America hate again. I mean, make America great. I mean, make America late again. That's it. That's the only thing. So in that time, the rappers are either imploding, fighting each other, because there's 4 things in fear. The 4 F's of fear is fight, flight, fuck, or fornicate. I think niggas is beginning to even fornicate more. Strip clubs are been said to have higher capacities because niggas want to see ass and titties. Ass and titties take trauma away from us. You know, temporarily. It's like a band-aid. Like, you know what I mean?
What did the black man say?
You know,
piece of pussy.
Yeah, like you can have a body on the ground and the shorty's twerking. You're gonna look at the twerker. Yeah. So fornicate, flight. Niggas is all taking off. They talk about, yo, you got your passport. I mean, I'm global. I'm gonna travel, but not because the president is Trump. You niggas are running. These niggas is on the run. You know what I mean? You got the Running Man challenge. Then you got the Trump is coming challenge. So they got people running when they hear Trump's name. Then it's flight. Or yeah, that's flight. Niggas is in Flight Club. Then niggas is in Fight Club because they fighting each other, but they not fighting no Trump support. Nobody is world star, and you know what I mean? Nobody is planning on any strategic operations, no ops, no anything for anything that might happen. But you see infighting and all kind of niggas is wrestling everywhere. Yeah. Okay? It's all kind of wrestling matches. Mandingo wrestling, might I add. Alright? So that's that fight. Niggas start fighting each other. Remember when a bully was in the schoolyard? Niggas would just start eating on each other, hoping that the bully was like, okay, take one of the mandingos from out of there. I'll spare you, nigga. Fight, flight, fornicate, and freeze. These niggas have frozen. Mannequin challenge. Okay, these niggas are frozen. Disney. The niggas is like this.
Word. Stuck in
when
time.
Crackers walk by them, like, I hope they don't see me. Niggas is like this. Frozen. So it's all about fear of a black messiah, like I prophetically said. And I'm not here tooting my horn, nigga. I do God hop. I don't do jazz. Shout out to my father and everybody that does that. You know.
What do you think about the banging on mumble rap from J. Cole, Flex? They trying to push lyricism back, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
What Diddy said in that video, I let him say it, because it was, you know, it was a good point that he made. He made a few good points. You know, I encourage the family who may not have seen his rant, because if he was at a concert and he stopped the concert and went in like that, they would have called it a rant and compared it to Kanye levels, maybe. The shit with Kanye is that he do rants like that during the fucking concert. Like, dude, you picking the wrong time. You have an Instagram account. Why people gotta pay their money and you wanna stop the show? We trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, your tickets is past $100. Yeah. You could use your gram like Diddy and these niggas and just rant, talk to us, cause we talking to you. So, like I said before, how many times how many videos are going to come out of the conscious community, the same community the niggas lit fire to and burnt and pillaged and everything to a ground, right? You know what I'm saying? Broke all of the temples and shit, and you know what I'm saying, and trampled on it. But when are people gonna make videos that are, you know, adding on to what all of these brothers have added on to your journey or to your edification or to your education? So we would want more videos from Diddy. We would say make more videos, and not only make videos but go further than that. Mr. #1 earner in hip-hop, the one at the top of the pyramid, reach out to organizations that have been proven to not only do the work but to do monumental billionaire type of things on shoestring budgets. Okay, they finance their own revolution or evolution, and at the end of the day, they know that more resources, they know that more access to resources, they know that access to institutions, they know that, yo, you know, just that bag, that, you know, that secret sauce, you know what I'm saying? That you sprinkle on certain things and change the flavor of it. You know, we need a Black Hawk budget sometimes. Yeah. You understand?
Get shit moving.
Get shit moving. We need things to get magically moved and pieces to get rearranged. You need a budget for that. Okay, because one thing about men are mercenaries. Women might fuck with you for the, you know, the feeling and everything. They loving the God and, you know, they want to help you out. And they doing it genuinely from their heart. But you got to appeal to the self-interest of a man. So men are mercenaries. So these niggas are conforming to this Trump shit. And they like, yo, as long as he got those pieces of silver, I'm on board. The name of the lecture is called 44 Savage. That I'm doing in Norfolk, Virginia, January 29th. Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah Part 3, my nigga. 44 Savage, because the president, he's the 44th president, because one of our presidents served 2 terms. Grover Cleveland, I believe. Okay? And I'm going to show how 21 Savage, the mentality, the archetype, and 44 Savage is the same. He's a hip-hop president. He's grabbing pussy. So are they. He's about that bread over everything, money over everything. So are they. He's on some old nigga, I'm gonna take whatever the fuck I want and you can't say anything. So are they. He's a troll. So are they. You know what I'm saying? He comes from from a dark background, a crooked background. So are they. You feel me? The archetype. I'm not talking about nobody personally. We're talking about the story that niggas sell our people in the form of an archetype or a mythos. These rappers Montana. Yeah. Fuck is you talking about? Tony Montana is real. He's a mythos. Nigga. He's a deity. Motherfucking Rick Ross, the rapper, said, I created the deity or the entity, the LLC or the persona called Rick Ross. And that's something that people are beginning to see inside of this community, that all of these fucking, these crocodile tears came from. That they saw that there were personas inside of something that I always said, yo, these are personas. This is about the age of personifications. This is the age of, this is the culture of personality worship. Okay. All right? So people got upset because they're like, oh, niggas is characters. My main thing that I've always said is, one thing that our community doesn't do right, you don't know how to use your characters. You know what I'm saying? Your characters are not being used in the right way. Your characters should be on film. Your characters should be living out mythos and scripts where they are automatically put in the winner's seat or automatically put on the throne. It's called propaganda. It's called utilizing that people. There may be some people in this community who may be fit for the Hollywood screen and not for a motherfucking stage to do a lecture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then you got, this is a renaissance, so people are multi-talented. So you can't really put a box, or you can't really put a, niggas is, what's the name? There's a name for that. Pardon me, I'm forgetting it. You know what I mean? A polycrat or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in those times that we researching about where a dude was a carpenter, then he was a teacher, and he was a lawyer, he was a philosopher, then he was a debater, then he was a fencer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was like, people are like that these days, and with the internet and with this digital age and things of that nature, with this new era that we live in, of course, niggas is wired. You feel me? So, you know, it's just a misappropriation of a lot of energy, a misappropriation of a lot of talent and skills, a misappropriation of a lot of people that are not fulfilling their destiny or their role because people may not understand what it is that they belong to, or the complexities of what it is they belong to, or the access, and it's the lack of, you know what I mean, and the people are complicit in it, and the people are not complicit in it at the same time, because at the end of the day, it's like I've always said, the people they hold the key. Everything changes when the people decide that they want to act as one, and by acting as one, they're demanding that the teachers act as one, and they're saying that they, you know, that they can't believe that there's no unity and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, the best thing that we could get out of this whole situation is to see the power of us unifying versus what it looks like when you're not unified. It's a point of reference. You get to see a point of reference, but in a time and age where we could do a live stream and 1,000 people show up, 5,000 people show up, do you know if you all have one purpose, if you could all agree to one thing, if you all could come to one accord, if you all could form like Voltron, if you all could use your super consciousness, you could change reality that time, in that now, and you could continue to do it as a force, as a collective. I don't care about your religion. That's you in the path of your enlightenment. That's where you at in the movie, my nigga. Like, I'm sitting in the director's seat. You Gucci. You came in 4 hours into the movie. Like, I don't expect you to get it right away. But you need to know what story you belong to. So I just have a different vantage point because I've been here for 10 years. When I was here, when I got here, the movie started filming. So I just got a different point of view. I'm looking at it differently. I see things from a different point of view, a different angle. You know what I mean? I know my purpose and I know what I'm doing to serve it. And it is what it is. I have so much to focus on when it comes to what me and Mines is doing that, you know, I just let the movie play itself out.
For 2017, are we going to see more film? Because we're speaking about the movies, and I know you've been getting the people ready because you put that seed where we need to see ourselves winning, see ourselves. You know what I'm saying? What does it take for us to see that? You know what I'm saying? I know you're probably working on something, but what can the people help? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. The project that we're initially moving forward with is the Scorpion King project. Like I shared with the family, I'm like, yo, the film, you know, videos on YouTube, yeah, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But you don't get immortalized like that. Yeah, there's some immortality to that, but no, that's not where the immortality lies in. You're here to immortalize yourself. That's what they told you in Kemet. That's what they told you in the Papal Vow. That's what they told you in many different mystery systems. You are here to immortalize yourself in African traditional systems. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? Tupac said, thug immortal. The hate you gave little infants fucks everyone. Thug life immortal. That's thug life, but thug immortal. Immortalize yourself. So you get immortalized on a big screen. You know what I mean? You get immortalized in other screens, but yo, that big screen, there's a power in that silicone, that celluloid. So to see yourself in film is different than seeing yourself in video. So the first video that we put out is made for this, and that's shot in film. Okay, that's a film, and that's going to be that was the first entry into a project that we are aiming to complete before the year is over, which is going to be a visual presentation of every track on Made for This. On Scorpion King. Scorpion King is 30 minutes long. So we want to shoot a film that's going to be about an hour long. That's in the same veins that Jay-Z did Streets Is Watching, which, might I add, as a hip-hop connoisseur that I am, that's when he popped. That's when we understood what his campaign was about beyond any reasonable doubt when he was able to put it in film. And that's when Jay-Z's global appeal and his nationwide appeal grew, because his visual treatment of his project was Streets Is Watching. That's when he became fucking legend. So Scorpion King, and think about it, we gave the project out for free, we streamed it, we had a resounding response. You know what I'm saying? People appreciate the art, they appreciate the passion, they appreciate what we gave them. The timing is right. They listening. Like yeah, you know what I mean? We giving them mantras, we giving them anthems, we giving them energy, we giving them light.
Cloth talk.
We giving them that cloth. We giving them bars. We giving them flow. Flow is very interesting. I'm going to do a whole lecture on flow. Flow is about that blood flow, but it's about the flow of energy. It's about tapping into your motherfucking bag. It's the stuff that when you watch Chess and them on stage doing the battle rap, that he's in his flow. It's up to the point he might have to throw up because the flow, the blood flow, the flow of energy is going through him. When you see Steph and them, when you see Westbrook going in, pause. When you see other people going in on the courts, that's that flow. I'm talking about
that
flow.
Jordan 6 seconds on the fucking.
If you go to the juice bar and get beets, beet juice. Also, if you could get a beet moss, which is beets and sea moss, telling you that's good for your blood flow, is good for your antioxidants. You know what I mean? Begin to hydrate yourself. Get in your flow. Facts. And sea moss and peanut punch, but that beets. Get into the beets. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about that flow. Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah 3. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be live streamed on pay-per-view. I want everybody to support that. Log on. You know what I mean? Walk with it. You don't gotta be in Norfolk, but feed off of that energy. This is gonna be, it's gonna be rare. Like, I'm going into the realms of film. There's a lot of stories that have to be told. I got to tell the story of me and my brother, Know the Ledge, the 10 years of what we witnessed, the 10 years of what we endured, the 10 years of building up what is known as this community, these networks. You know what I mean? All of the behind the scenes, because, you know, a lot of people get to see a nice little 15 minutes of video or hour. Ooh, you get to see an hour, but you have to understand that there's 24 hours in a day. I'm just having conversations on film. Like, this is just talk. Keep in mind, on 125th Street, it's always been about commerce. We show up to do commerce. We're there with tables out there. If anybody ever come out there, look, we have monetized our time. So we've always been out there doing commerce. Satnetta was always out there doing commerce. The Felders were always out there doing commerce. Red was always out there doing commerce. And in the interim, on our coffee break or our moringa break or whatever breaks we decided to have, we had a tripod and a camera and we talked to the world. Satnetta was global before fucking YouTube, okay? He was global with DVDs. And then the other parts of the community was global on VHS. We belong to a secret society. We belong to a university of invisible people. A distinguished gentlemen and women around the world. An invisible university of scholars and intellect and warriors and nationalists and sovereigns. And I mean, I could go on for days. Right? So it wasn't YouTube, boob tube, but when I realized that I was stepping on the epicenter, that I was standing on the fucking the black dot, or the epicenter of where global consciousness was reverberating from, and I studied geodetics, and I studied all of these other things, and I understood piezoelectricity, knowing that Manhattan, the island of Manhattan is sitting on top of black quartz, and the pressure from the skyscrapers and the trains and all of the pressure that we put on top of those quartz emits energy. You understand? And you know what I'm saying? And I just knew what was going on, and I know the power of Apollo and what Apollo means in Greek, and the story of Apollo and being across the street. Apollo, the same place where people walk in as mortals and come out as immortals after rubbing on that log. Pause. Okay? So I understood what across the street was, because great people walk through those streets. Garvey, Malcolm, Dr. Ben, Sabi, Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, you name it.
That's real.
That's the yellow brick right there. If you ain't walked down those streets, if you didn't walk down that cobblestone road, if you have not walked down that corridor of the black mecca of consciousness to charge up, what the fuck? You ain't plugged in, my nigga? You didn't get plugged in? You ain't in the Matrix. So I understand the concept of the Matrix and Zion. I understand that Agent Smith is in fucking Zion now. I understand what happened when Zion got infiltrated, that the Sentinels are coming. I put it in my rhymes. Okay? I put a lot of things in my rhymes. I did Mimosa Samosa in February when I said I'm living like Trump. So, you know, it's all about tapping into your godhood, being able to display it in real time. not being afraid to spit out your prophecies, not being afraid to be, not apologizing for your greatness, you know what I'm saying, not feeling offended for, you know what I'm saying, being in the now, or just being I am, the I am. Because I come from a time where I had to apologize for my greatness. Nigga, I had to cuff my I had to buff my greatness. Like I had to, you know what I'm saying, I had to dumb myself down. You know what I mean? Like I had to tuck my greatness around other people who want to convince you that you're not as great as you are, because they want to keep you in a subservient position. They want to convince you that you are not who you are, and they want to convince other niggas that they not who the fuck they are. Or they want to convince other niggas that they are who they not. Facts. That's the shit that's taking place these days, and it's gross. You know what I mean? So, you know, we have to be able to assert our greatness without feeling fear that somebody is going to take our lives, or that we're upsetting somebody who is not necessarily at that point in the path of their enlightenment. Nigga, I'm ready to jump. You not. Don't be mad at that. Just continue to form or develop fucking wings, so when it's your time to jump, you could take an example of what it is that we had to do before we had to take our jumps. Because it's time, listen, it is time to fly. I will no longer be confined to the environment of a motherfucking zoo. All right, I draw for the animal instincts. I draw for the energy that these animals that are domesticated, they're inside of these cages, are feeding me by just living in this area. The minute I came and looked at the apartment, I'm like, oh nah, I need this. Let me get that. I already knew what it was. The name of my building was Botanical Garden. You know what I'm saying? So I know what this phase is. This is the winter time. I'm not even supposed to be out like that. I'm really hibernating. I'm hibernating in cyberspace. I'm doing live streams. I'm fucking with, you know, Black Magic 363. We are experimenting with technology, and we figured out
that's dope
we could
too,
we could do straight lectures where you just see the screen. So now we're shutting down Know the Ledge Radio, and don't be upset about it, family, because we're gonna become podcasters. Free tax tone. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into podcasting. The way that Blog Talk Radio is set up is not beneficial, it's not sufficient, and it does not help us financially in any ways whatsoever. We were paying them $100 a month. So I took all of my library, my whole collection is in a hard drive. We're gonna put it, it's on Apple though, you know what I'm saying, for all you niggas on Beats and all of that. But we're gonna create a new system, a Tuesday and Friday show going right through our YouTube channel.
That's dope.
Similar to what we were doing on Blog Talk, but now we're going to incorporate visual instead of audio. We have fun on doing podcasts, and we will do more. We will do more, but we're at 622 episodes of Know the Ledge Radio. So now we're going to elevate it and make it grow, and we're going to come back through the YouTube channels as ourselves and our proper persona through our platform.
That's dope.
And make special appearances on other platforms, but it's about Know the Ledge right now. Okay, we're gonna restore the missing platform, because our platform have been standing since 07. You know what I mean? But we paused the platform, or we put it under construction, or we went on hiatus while we went and jumped on other platforms to do what? Add value. Okay? To add value, to raise the stocks. You understand? To bring cloth.
So when you come back, niggas is listening 10 times harder.
Facts.
That's a fact. That's dope.
And if anybody want to know anything, just go and watch my last 3 months on Key of Life. Every video. The one we did the day after Trump got elected on 11/11, when I was on top of the mountain. Okay? Listen to that word for word. They're asking us to choose to vote for the president of Walmart or McDonald's. It's simply that. It is a corporation. If you have not seen that, and this whole theater, right? This whole is called the theater of politics because it's theater. If this whole theater didn't show you that, then you need a motherfucking red pill and some They Live glasses. Bottom line, you gotta wake up, because what the fuck do you think the only thing that you're gonna do is have your name on record for what devil that you voted for. That's the only thing your voter's gonna do. It's just gonna have you, when they draft niggas and when they go on record, it's just gonna say you was a Republican, you was a Democrat, these are the niggas that you voted for. It's not gonna change. You're gonna change you. And if you walk around this planet saying that an old white lady who has fucking epilepsy, okay, she can't even stand up, she's a war criminal damn near, she's being investigated by the feds at the end of her campaign. He goes on trial for rape, okay? In December, her husband is being named as one of the people inside of a pedophilia ring with Larry Epstein. Listen to the other video where I came off of the mountain and I was talking about conscious leaders working together. We take our networks and we build these actual communities in these villages, in these towns. This is the time. This is a reality that we're now facing. You know what I mean? It's gonna, this whole Trump presidency is gonna make me global, because it's gonna make me travel more, because I'm gonna wanna remove myself from some of the fuckery that's taking place in the States. You dig what I'm saying? Because a lot of that shit is gonna play itself out. It needs to play itself out. I don't necessarily gotta be there when it plays itself out. I got shit that I'm doing to play myself out. You know what I mean? But I don't wanna play myself out. Okay? So those of us that have work to do, let's do the work. Conscious Community Challenge. I challenge the leaders, the so-called leaders, to just work together. Something that I don't think we've ever seen. Niggas do lectures together, that's one thing. Who's worked together? I'll wait. Then go and listen to the video that I did with the brother when I was in the park, when the police was surveilling us and my son was in the basketball court with me. Go and listen to that one more again. Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah. We're going to talk about something that I've uncovered called the flow genome matrix. The flow genome matrix is a study where they're studying the science that our people inherently have, where we have been able to tap in to our God genes, our God self. Meaning Jordan game 6, he was in his flow. LeBron, when he was down 3-1, he was in his flow. Tyson, in his heyday, that's the flow. The battle, the rap battle, the whole smack, the whole URH, flow. And then go and listen to what I did with Brother Rich about false messiahs or false prophets. And then go and listen to the one I did in the subway station about Kanye with the Kardashians. And then listen to all of the videos that we did about Trump last year. I'm talking about in September, October, November, last year. And then go and listen to Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah 1 and 2 intensely. And tell me what you heard, or tell me what you walk away with, and tell me what So now we just in a different place. Like I said, forwards forever, backwards never. But this is that part of the matrix where somebody let Agent Smith into Zion. He woke up and he's wreaking havoc in Zion. In the motherfucking, the sentinels are drilling through the roof because the inauguration is a few days away. And then I'm going to show you in part 3 how they form Voltron. And yes, it's not about fear-mongering. Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah deals with you being in fear of your own Messiah within you. Self-sabotaging. Not allowing your greatness to motherfucking manifest. How do I know? Because I suffered from that. You know what I'm saying? I put myself on the cross on many occasions. So I know what that shit. I'm a Scorpio. We fall in our own, the tail, we're known to stab ourselves. We're known to burn in our own ashes before the phoenix arises. I'm not perfect. I don't sit around walking around like I'm some fucking demigod or, you know what I'm saying? Like I got flaws. I got shit that I need to work on. That's why I told the family, please be respectful, I'm falling back. That's what I said in the videos with Rich. I said I gotta go into hibernation. I'm out. Before shit pop, I'm out. Like I have a vantage point. And then I did a video with Sonetta. I was like, we was with Q Butter in the basement with the Africans giving them money. I was like, oh nah, I see it coming. Something's about to happen. Because the minute you do shit like that, COINTELPRO 2.0, like I said, coin is the bag, tell is the telecommunication. It's the fact that they don't need snitches no more. You telling on yourself with your phone, nigga. And pro is the pro, the GoPro, the camera. Niggas is obsessed with the camera, and that's where they killed their own selves. Camera killed the niggas. Huh? Self-inflicted suicides. So yeah, that's the new movement. That's the new fucking surveillance. Everybody, the street, not the streets, is watching. So if the world is watching, bro, I have to bow out of this shit for a minute. I have to step the fuck off and focus on my craft, and focus on my art, and focus on my sciences, and focus on these films. I'm not out here. I'm not on 125th Street doing selling my clothes anymore because there's a camera above me. I can't stand under a camera. I can't do it. Not for the cause, not for the fucking movement, not for the community, not for nothing that niggas try to come up with. Everything has changed. You know what I mean? Like, come on, family.
And like you said, some of these cameras, like you said, they reading your heart rate, they reading your body temperature.
Yeah, and then everybody
they doing some
just want
type shit.
Like, so you gotta understand my plight.
And I seen the camera. It's like some highly advanced type of shit.
This shit's super duper advanced. I got the PDF. All of everything that the camera
so you know
does.
The type of camera,
everything.
So you wasn't just talking like,
nah.
You knew
and then we had people in the comment section
crazy.
who are military and other things, and they broke down all of the specs of the camera.
Wow.
So that's been infiltrated. I have a burning feeling that the community has been infiltrated.
So just COINTELPRO in the sense of just,
I don't feel safe because I'm not I'm in this matrix, and I'm looking around and I'm like, hold on.
Everybody look like Agent Smith.
What the fuck? You understand?
Yeah.
So just to make things easy on myself, on my nerves, I have to decide to do other things at this point because I did enough. You understand? But I'm not in a place where I'm sitting around waiting for niggas to call me to do a lecture. You understand? I'm waiting for the 100 promoters who called me throughout the 10 years. No, maybe the 500 who, when you give them, nigga, I was giving crackhead prices in the beginning. And I'm still giving crackhead prices. Nigga, I'm selling myself cheap.
Yeah.
Huh? And the nigga still won't bring the bag. So, those, you know what I mean? Like, insanity is doing the same thing.
Yep.
I can't waiting for niggas to crowdfund to get behind you, waiting for niggas, cause niggas are coming. Yo, I tell niggas all day, I'm a Tesla, nigga. You can't fill me up with the gasoline. You can't gas me up. These niggas will try to gas you up, but have no bag. They don't bring nothing to the table. Huh? Don't kill. Like, please, family. No, don't do the flat. I'm not for the flattery. That does nothing for the battery. I'm not with the battery. I ain't with the flattery. I'm with the work. I'm with the action. I'm with spending $1,000 a day on solutions. That's the minimum, my nigga. I'm a grown ass man. When I was in the streets, when I was in the industry, $1,000 a day, that was a Mr. Child's diet. That was nothing. I'm dead ass.
Nah,
that was a Mr. Child's diet.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, yo, we gotta feed this movement. We have to feed what it is that we get. I'm gonna do a lecture to show you that Donald Trump was about to lose the campaign, and then he got a super PAC, a billionaire named Richard Spencer who backed him. He came with the fucking bag. He was backing Ted Cruz. He has, his company is a psychological operation, data mining. He has multiple companies, but his shit is like Cobra. This nigga's Cobra Commander, B. Okay, and his daughter is the Baroness. Like you can't, and he got Deathstroke. You can't make this stuff up. Predictive programming. Yeah. They have a fucking a TV show that was out in the 50s where there was a snake oilsman salesman named Trump who came to a town telling them that he was gonna build a wall to protect them in the 50s. Talk to me. So we're gonna talk about a lot of things, but this matrix shit is real. This movement is real. We are building up our membership site. Know the Ledge membership, and we have Facts Initiative site. We have the app coming. We have the Facts Initiative coming to Miami in February. I believe it's the Super Bowl weekend, going to Houston, and then the next weekend we're going to Miami. I believe that's the 11th. Then we got the 29th in Norfolk. And then we're doing something in Long Island, part of Kings County, with Knowledge to God. It's going to be Know the Ledge along with Key of Life, because Know the Ledge is going to produce and going to promote their own stuff now.
Dope.
The days of, you know what y'all niggas lost. I never been booked in New York by any of the New York promoters. I don't gotta name them. By any of the New York promoters, King Simon maybe once, but any of them, I've never got booked in my own city, but I've got booked other places. So that just goes to show you that there has to be some kind of, something has to change. And I'm going to go ahead and change my own fate and my own path, but it is about the people. And when the people decide and stop trying to play the favorites or stop trying to, I don't know what they're doing. I'm confused at this point. And instead of being confused, I'm gonna go to where the energy is not confusing, and that's in this project.
I think you said it though, Pill, when you said it stopped being about people just going to watch it for information, and it became personality. Like, I'm watching it. It became
a mandingo fight.
Like, people watching
Nobody
it for
can complain about the atmosphere when everybody played a part in creating it. It became a mandingo fight. Once you take intellectualism and attach competitiveness, but that's not bad. That helps intellectualism.
It's an entertainment factor
but
too.
There is an entertainment factor.
You know what I mean?
But the explosive factor is the nigger factor. That's the factor that you always have to keep outside of anything that we're trying to do when we're trying to elevate. Case in point, our elevation is predicated off of conquering the nigger factor, or getting rid of, or motherfucking deprogramming or deattaching. Keeping a piece of it though, keep that in mind. Like I said, on some animal shit, being able to tap into your primal self, being able to not be a domesticated lion, being able to just be, you cool, I'm a cool lion, okay, you can pet me, but god damn it, I can't wait to eat your ass. Okay, because I know that I'm in the zoo, I know shit real. But let me ever hear some shit about, you know, niggas is opening up these gates. I'm gonna turn up. So no, nah, fuck that. You understand? It's not you. There's no compromise at this point. The stakes are too high. You're at the forefront of your race, and people are saying you have your whole race on your shoulders. And if that's the case, all right, and if that's the case, the whole galaxy at the same time, because we're galactical. All right. We're galactic beings, so you're holding a very fucking heavy weight. You know, come on, B. I gotta smoke a lot to take my mind off of certain things sometimes, because you could, you know what I mean? Like, it could become overwhelming.
No, that's real.
But when you have to live a reality, I live in two different realities. I live Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Clark Kent, motherfucking Superman, because I'm going through Clark Kent shit as a reporter. I'm a reporter. Keep in mind, I showed you that in my contribution to Black News 102. I showed you that in my contribution to Know the Ledge Radio. I showed you that in my contribution to Know the Ledge TV, right? That we do reporting. Sonetta is the old man from Daily Bugle. Okay, Daily Planet. That would be House of Consciousness. Okay, and Superman is a Heru, right? He's a deity whose job is to hide as a human. So he's awkward in his human state. I'm awkward. I'm left-handed. I'm awkward in my human state. I have to suppress my godhood around the humans. Okay? I'm awkward. I'm Superman playing Clark Kent. I'm not trying to play Superman, but in the astral realm or in cyberspace, which is the light realm, right? Which would be akin to a spiritual realm, because it's the unseen. Where's cyberspace? Where's the address, niggas? Huh? Where's it located? You can't tell me, because it doesn't have a location. It exists in the all. It exists in the realm of the unseen. It is the light. It is the light era. So in that era,
that's so real.
I'm knocking down walls. I'm knocking down all kind of I'm knocking down all kind of walls of ignorance. I'm unplugging people from what is known as the Matrix. I am taking people and putting on they live glasses for them by continuously hitting them with these pills. Nigga, I'm pill popping, I'm pill pushing. Okay? All right? So with me, my brother, A.A. Rashid, okay, Polite, Umar, you know what I'm saying? All of the teachers, all of them. I'll be here all night naming all of them, but you know who I'm talking about. If these people are doing these things and they're waking people up, then the proverbial Jericho's walls are falling. Remember, there's walls of ignorance built around up. They wasn't talking like this in 02. Hip-hop wasn't conscious in 03, 4, 5, 6, 7. They wasn't having these kind of conversations. It has crescendoed to whereas it is the local, it is a daily conversation in the Breakfast Club. It doesn't, wherever you go, you could go to Vlad and it will be there. You could go to World Star and it would be, it permeates in all places where popular culture, and popular culture is a code word for everybody's watching. So everybody's, I got old white people talk about their cloth talking. They want a cloth talk.
Yeah, you feel me?
All right? They know about the pills. So with that comes a lot of power. So what happens when you realize that and you living in your Clark Kent, you on a Metro car, you just chilling on the train, trying to just have a nigga moment. Like, you just trying to be on your regular shit because Superman can't fly around in a cape all day. Spider-Man was, remember, he be getting tired coming in the crib. He gotta sleep. Peter Parker. My name Philip, my brother named Paul. Peter Parker, Anansi, the Spider-Man reporter, right? With the camera. And we started out with the camera in 07. People think I'm just getting on YouTube. I had a platform in 07, 08. And niggas still can't catch up to my editing. Go watch the archives. I'm just about to come back out. So, Spider-Man was out there fighting crime. I'm fighting crime. I'm fighting against the crimes against humanity. Not just the white man. You niggas is inhumane yourself. I'm fighting against the crimes of humanity. The crimes that I may have permitted against humanity because my hands got blood on them. You know what I'm saying? My shit ain't clean. My hands dirty. I said it before. This community service. Huh? This 10 years of pain. I cried about it, my nigga. I cried. I shed crocodile tears. And the ancestors was like, yo, your tears are salty, it's tasty. Because I was like, how dare you niggas put me through piety? How dare you put me through this monk-like conditions? But they was like, nigga, you gotta carry this fucking weight. You gotta burn, my nigga. You gotta burn off all of your desires. You gotta burn off all of that shit that you was into. You gotta burn off all of that shit, all of that programming that you was under. Huh? You was in the underworld, nigga. We gotta clean you. And I'm like, yo, I can't. There was days where I was like, yo, I have no money. I have nothing. They was like, well, nigga, you wasn't made for this. Because the telltale sign of a god is somebody who could change the world with nothing. Not with a budget, bitch. With nothing. Okay? That's how you see. That is a Messiah. That's where you find excellence. That's where you find the real magic. That's called making something out of nothing. Not to take away anybody who has the bag, or anybody who does it with a budget, or anybody who has invested, or anybody, you know what I mean? Because of course you invested, I've invested every fucking cent and dollar that I've touched in 10 years into this movement. Every single dollar. Okay? I would never have a stash. It always is gonna get put into something because it's always something in motion. I'm always feeding the pot. Right? But when I realized that all I needed was my mind to be clear and to be centered and to know that I'm the one directing the fucking movie and all I gotta do is write up the budget or to create, because when I was trying to pay rent in the earlier stages, 07, 08, I was creating that bread, bro. I would wake up and be like, yo, I'm gonna take $250. Okay? Everything that I got, I killed for. Meaning that when we gotta eat in these streets, nothing was given to me. Not a thing. Everything I got, I killed for. Brooklyn Zoo. Okay? Every animal that I ate, it wasn't the zoo. You know when niggas come with them buckets of fish and they just feed the niggas show up for lunch? No, my nigga, I had to go out there and chase the rabbits and chase the fucking the gazelles and get on the back of the wildebeest. Like I had to get every single dime.
Nah, you had to fight for
I had
yours.
to kill for everything.
Yeah, nah, that's real.
And it made me like this. It made me who I am now. So I'm cool, you know. I mean, I be thinking about, you know what I'm saying, all kind of shit that, you know, I went through in those 10 years. But at the end of the day, it was a test. It was a testament. And it's a story that I'll put in my documentary to show people that, you know, I don't agree with it in its totality. I do feel like people should be valued and appreciated and compensated. And, you know what I mean? They shouldn't have to go through the rigmaroles of piousness, because it didn't start with us. This shit, you know what I mean? You find out in the Bible, like you find out in spiritual systems, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Piousness. The fact that whenever somehow that you wake up and you agree that this shit is just an illusion and it's not about the material, it's about the spiritual, and the material shit start disintegrating, you be like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh my goodness, I'm going broke. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? And then it turns into a test of, well, I'm gonna take everything from you, and according to your name, you got in it. So we're gonna put you through these tests. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put you through these tests, and it's gonna come back to you. But when it comes back to you, you're gonna use it for a different purpose now. I touched millions before throughout my life. It didn't mean nothing. Because, you know, everything is tangible. Everything is tangible. The real wealth of the things that I bought and I earned was not from money. It wasn't from that paper dollar. It was from my deeds and actions, my nigga. The deeds and actions. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but in this matrix, in these times, you are able to manifest, so you're going to be able to affirm. So I'm affirming a $100,000 budget for this project that we have. Just film projects. I don't need to put one film up there. I'm saying just film project based off of the level of artistry that you're able to see in the works that we've shown you, not just in the made for this video, but all of the trailers that I've been doing, all of the commercials that you're seeing. We're doing that. That's coming out of our platform, Know the Ledge. You know what I mean? And for the fact that I reached out to multiple artists out there, and I got a whole team. And like I said, that's why we're launching a membership site, because I'm not out here asking for nothing. I can't do it. At this point, it's fruitless. After shit at this point, it's hopeless. I wouldn't even play myself. What I would do is I would talk to my quality of membership, and I would say that it's all about timing. And I took the necessary steps to take the crowdfunding money that I received from the family who decided to support it, and we went and developed. We went and got websites developed. We went and got membership sites developed, and we even went and got our apps developed. So we're in the stages where we're ready to roll out the next step of our movement, the solution-based movement that is family orientated, with Momma Pill, KT the Arch Degree, Red Pill and Blue Pill, and we're associated with other brothers and sisters platforms and their movements and what they stand for. But if they stand for any kind of division, any kind of niggatry, any kind of negativity, any kind of unnecessary savagery, we are not affiliated in don't want to have nothing to do with any of those brothers or sisters at this point or this juncture in our development and our stages in our life, because our legacy that we represent of one of Dr. Sebi's, one of Dr. Phil Valentine's, one of the master teachers, one of Dr. Delbert Blair's, one of Francis Cress Welson's. There's some great elders who left examples, and not only did they leave examples, but go and listen to the archives of Know the Ledge Radio. Go and Google that and then put Dr. Francis Cress Welson, Know the Ledge Radio. Dr. Delbert Blair, Know the Ledge Radio. Dr. Sebi, Know the Ledge Radio. Dr. Phil Valentine, Know the Ledge Radio. 20, 30, 40 episodes on each one of them sometimes.
That's dope.
A.A. Rashid, Know the Ledge Radio. Brother Polite, Know the Ledge Radio. Dr. Umar Johnson, Know the Ledge Radio. We're talking about interviews and 3-hour dissertations and breakdowns with brothers in the beginning of their careers, in the early inceptions, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you understand the totality of this movie or this theater or this mythos that you're watching. Because like I said, if you coming in 3 hours into the movie, really begin to ask yourself, do you really know what's going on?
Yeah, I feel
Do you really know? Do you really understand what the fuck you seeing?
It's deeper than what
you gotta, yeah, you gotta dig a little bit deeper, bro. You need that story, so we need to tell that story. We have to preserve the legacy of Big Man. We gotta preserve the legacy of Sister Burke. We gotta preserve the legacy of Clemson Brown. We gotta preserve the legacy of Gil Scott-Heron. We got to preserve the legacy of Gil Noble. We got to preserve the legacy of Sonetta. We got to preserve the legacy of Brother Shabazz at Third Eye Productions. We got to preserve the legacy of Moo Production. We got to preserve the legacy of Phil Valentine's 300+ lecture collection. We got to preserve the legacy of Bobby Hemmett's 300+ lecture series collections. We got to preserve the legacy of Dr. Blair's 100, 200+ lecture series. C. Freeman L. Man, it's so many people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the fuck? These are the pool of talent that comprise Hidden Colors Series 1 to 4. This is the pool that the talent comes from. We're talking about doing a documentary on the whole pool. Know the Ledge. Walk with us. This is about making your reality come to life, utilizing technology of the future of the now, utilizing networks, utilizing expendable income, utilizing crowdfunding, utilizing fearlessness, utilizing your God-given talents and gifts. I'm talking to thousands of people who are multi-talented. These are Renaissance men and women. The time to look outside of self is inherently over. It's always been about you. It's always been about man know thyself, woman know thyself. So maybe you needed a shake-up, and maybe you needed to stop worshiping man in order to see that it's about you at the end of the day, and you're responsible for your transformation. You're responsible for you being in your higher self. You're responsible for you climbing that motherfucking mountain and seeing what it is that you personally want to see. First and foremost, you can't live vicariously through another person. This shit is not a video game. You niggas ain't Oculus Rifting it. You understand? You can't do it like that. You can't live. This is not a sport. This is a sport, an intellectual sport in a sense, but you can't treat it like it's a sports league. Or maybe you can. You take the choice. You make the choice. But if you choose to do so, be prepared when you see shit that you see. Okay? Just be prepared. So the powers in the people make the choice. The people have to be the voice. They have to say, you got to elect your leaders. You have to stand up and you got to get behind the people who you feel are the ones that you want to represent you going into 2020, safely into the future, successfully into the future, and things of that nature. But you have to be able to restore reward systems, penalty systems, and value systems. Talk about penalty system. Penalty systems meaning that if you don't follow the Constitution, if you don't follow the covenant, if you don't follow the ways and means of the elders and the people who set out the laws and the rules, that there's penalties to it. The same way that the mafia works, the same way the gangs work, the same way that the government works, the same way corporate America works, the same way that anything that's organized and has a structure and it's respected and is able to scale and grow, that's how, and anything that's considered communal or community, that's what it has. Even the church, right? There's penalties to transgressions, and there's penalties to people not following the code. Even the people who we say are the Neanderthals, and these people are quote unquote inferior, they are apparently following a similar code now, and there's something that is they all agree to, and they have no problem coming together and forming Voltron and unifying and you're seeing the power of that. And the only way to counter that, or the only way to create something that is more powerful, is that you have to form Voltron even faster and at a more faster pace, because it's that scene in Voltron where the motherfucking beast was coming together, and then you would look, the lion, shout out to DJ Khaled, lion, and the lions is running around bumping into each other, and they don't want to form Voltron. Oh man, we know how that ends. So, you know, look out for the guard. You know what I mean? We're going to be doing the lecture. We're going to monetize, you know, our platform, and we're going to have our membership service. You know, we're not really stressing the subscriber-based service at this point. We want people who are loyalists. We want people who are members. We want people who are business owners. We want people who are about health, wealth, knowledge, and self. Facts, food, art, clothing, technology, shelter, food, finances, art, arms, clothing, culture, technology, shelter, strategy, you know what I mean, and some other things. So that's the movement. Like, I don't know how to spell it out any clearer. It's certain things that I can't even get into because it's cloth. That's what you got to come and see us in these live events, like what we're going to be doing with Key of Life in Long Island coming up in February. And
Long Island is going to be at the Yes We Can Center.
At the Yes We Can.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The center that Obama and Hillary and them helped build in Long Island. In
Long Island. We're going to come in and we're going to Yes We Can it up. We more than likely will do the facts update, the facts initiative. At this point, we're going to be ready to start signing people up. So we're going to kick it off in Houston during the Super Bowl, tap into that black energy, tap into that Texas energy. Salute all of my Houston people. Salute all of my rappers and ballers that's going to be in town. Come and holler at your peoples. I ain't with the selfies. I don't need that. I know half of y'all anyway. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you get in this cloth, if you know what it takes, come and holler at us, T.I. Come and holler at us, Diddy. If you want to sit down and break bread and talk, you know what I mean? When and niggas ain't bad and bougie, we'll sit down and break bread. That ain't no sellout. That's better than motherfucking these coons that are going to Trump Tower. But if people got resources and they ready to sit down and do shit on a huge, like, we don't do things on a minute level. We're not that's not the era that we live in right now. It's 2017 going on 2020. Nigga, Oculus Rift is out. You could put on goggles and go into virtual. It's no, like, y'all niggas is playing on these fucking plantation levels and it's sickening. But you throwing a bag everywhere else. It's confusing to me. We gotta put our money where our mouth is. Come and fuck with us and get down with these. We're not just here talking. And like I said, the era of just talking about everything, that's over. We're going Tuesdays and Fridays on YouTube, and then we're doing our membership so we can have private conversations, we can have courses and classes and certifications and other things, and we can speak to the people live. We need to go on retreats because we need to heal.
Where could the people contact you, Rev?
Right now, the best way to contact me, so it's not all over the place, is through the email. Simple location, the Mart 1, the number 125, like in Harlem, 125, and the letters TH. So it's the Mart 125th at Gmail. And when that site launches, it's going to be epic, and that's going to be for all of the designers out there. So we're still looking for volunteers. Volunteers, send us the resume. Volunteers, all of my creators out there, all of my business administrations. We're having growing pains. And
you know, for some of the guys, man, you know, they on Twitter, Instagram. Could you give them your Twitter or Instagram too, just in case?
Filthmore.
Okay.
And that Filthmore that's a breakdown of my name, Phil Thomas Moreland. So it's L Filthmore, the MOOR, L_Filthmore. You know what I mean? I'm heavy on the gram.
And Facebook too.
Facebook, yeah. Red Pillar, Facebook. You know, I'm heavy on the gram more than I am. I'm not that Twitter friendly. I don't do Twitter like that. I know that, a lot
Twitter
of shit.
Fingers?
Nah, I don't got Twitter fingers. I know that a lot of movements is on Twitter. I'm heavy on YouTube.
Twitter's lit too.
Yeah,
man.
I know it's lit. I'll be there one day, maybe. You know what I mean? I'm heavy on YouTube. That's my playground. You know what I mean? On the tube. But you know that is about to change with this Trump shit. So as the times change, we're going app based. So you'll be able to have that app on your phone, mobile. We understand the power of mobile. We understand the power of a blog, a site. We're gonna have all of these portals up and running. And we also accept payments at the Mart 125th at PayPal. You know what I mean? Because we have quality membership out there and they are very generous. You know what I mean? So we acknowledge them. You know what I mean? We acknowledge their contributions.
And could you tell the people to stay tuned in to Key of Life Productions and hiphopisrealtv.com?
Stay tuned. You already know what it is. Stay tuned to Key of Life Productions. Stay tuned to Hip Hop is Real. They are doing some monumental things inside of the battle rap arena. One of the most reliable meaning that they don't let you down. They continuously bring talent forth. They continuously bring top-notch. The brothers is on their job. You feel me? And it's one of the most relevant platforms. It's battle rap right now, based off of the fact that we have ghostwriters, and we based off the fact that niggas is not really all of these mumble rapping. Based off the fact they not respecting the craft. Based off the fact that you got to be in flow. You got to be part of that flow genome in order to just do them freestyles. Like you tapping into a part of your brain that is a very powerful part. So I got utmost respect for my battle rappers because I respect the craft.
Let's get it, man. Phil, you already know, man. We appreciate you as always.
All right, man. No doubt. We get it.
That's why I have no issue with people calling him a master mason. You damn right.
You gotta go. You gotta see the Black Messiah.
He's the master of his catalog. He's the master of his words.
The fear of a Black Messiah. It's all related.
He's a master of his archive. You feel me? He's the master of the ceremony. Right?
The water, the oil, the gold, the silver, the gemstones. You think of it. All of these things are being excheated by your guardian or your parent. And they will not give it back to it until your ass stands up. And I didn't say we wasn't talking no stick talk, no gun talk.
Very few artists have been able to achieve this, but the ones that have, we've seen a demise.
We're talking about you better stand up in your mind first.
I'm on 100%. 100. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple the Benz. Change up the circle of friends. The Netheroo circle the twins. 75 ever since. 70 wives in the Benz. Red and blue, purple like Prince.
We're talking about you better stand up in your mind first.